Types of Marine Surveys by Capt Frank Lanier. Most every boat owner will require a marine survey at some point. Here's a rundown of the basic types of marine surveys, along with what to expect for each when the surveyor comes a-knocking. A marine survey can be conducted for any number of reasons. However, the four most common types are the Condition and Value Survey, often referred to as a pre-purchase condition and value survey if conducted while the vessel is being purchased, the Insurance Survey, the Appraisal Inspection, and the Damage Survey. First up, the Condition and Value Survey. The most comprehensive assessment a vessel will likely ever receive, a Condition and Value Survey, or C&V for short, provides clients with an informed professional opinion of a vessel's condition and fair market value. It includes an in-depth visual inspection of structural integrity, safety equipment, and all other miscellaneous onboard systems, your electrical, propulsion systems, sanitation, potable water, navigation, etc., as well as an out-of-order hull inspection and test run or sea trial. The written report of a C&V survey provides detailed information on the vessel and contains a list of noted discrepancies or variations from the American Boat and Yacht Council, ABYC, National Fire Prevention Association, NFPA standards, as well as deviations from U.S. Coast Guard requirements, prudent seamanship, and, of course, common sense. The report will also contain a recommendations section listing safety, maintenance, and repair items that need to be addressed. Your insurance survey. An insurance survey is conducted to assist underwriters in determining a vessel's condition and insurability for initial policy issuance or renewal. The primary focus of an insurance survey is structural integrity, safety, and inspection of system installations per NFPA and ABYC guidelines. Safety gear is inspected and noted for compliance with federal requirements, while pertinent identification information is recorded for future reference, valuation, and claims adjustment. The content of a typical insurance survey's written report is very similar to that of a C&V survey, providing detailed vessel information, discrepancies, and recommendations. The fact of the matter is that in many cases, an insurance survey, depending on the surveyor, is very similar in scope to a condition and value survey. The biggest difference is that in some cases, typically policy renewal for an established client, underwriters will accept an in-water survey, which simply means that the vessel is not hauled during the inspection, which would in turn allow the surveyor to inspect the hull and the running gear. If you are required by your underwriter to conduct a insurance survey, you should verify with them prior to conducting your inspection whether they will or will not accept an in-water inspection. A couple of things to note here is that if you are purchasing a vessel and you have a pre-purchase condition and value survey conducted, that survey should satisfy all requirements from the bank for financing, the underwriter for insurance coverage. It should do everything you need a survey to do. An appraisal inspection is conducted to determine the fair market value of a vessel for financing, estate settlements, donations, and legal cases such as a divorce. As the focus is simply to provide the surveyor's overall impression of the vessel's condition, an appraisal inspection is less in-depth than, let's say, a condition and value survey. The written report will contain basic vessel information, general comments on overall condition, and an estimated fair market value. It typically will not include a section for recommendations, repairs, maintenance, things of that nature that a full condition and value survey would provide. The purpose of a damage survey is to assess the extent of damage to a vessel in the event of an accident. Other items typically included are recommended repairs, estimated repair costs, and determining probable cause. Boat owners should remember that when filing a damage claim, the surveyor assigned by the underwriter will be representing the insurance company's interest, which may or may not coincide with their own. Owners have the right to hire their own surveyor to inspect damage and make recommendations as to repair methods and cost estimates. Additionally, depending on the policy, underwriters may even pay for this independent surveyor, subject to deductibles and the validity of the claim. Although we've listed the four basic types of surveys and defined the general scope and purpose of each, there is some blurring of the lines separating them. For example, a condition and value survey, due to its depth and scope of inspection, can serve double or even triple duty, providing prospective buyers an assessment of a vessel while at the same time satisfying financing and insurance requirements once the vessel is purchased. This is what we talked about a little earlier about the full extent of a condition and value survey. Finding a marine surveyor. As a marine surveying is neither regulated nor licensed by any governmental agency, it's important to research potential surveyors to determine who can best serve your needs. Reputation, word-of-mouth recommendations, and viewing sample survey reports are all part of the selection process. How long does it take? Well, the length of a survey depends on a number of factors, from the type of survey required to how well the vessel is prepped prior to survey. An appraisal survey for a typical 40-foot production yacht may last only a few hours, while a condition and value survey for the same vessel, including haul out and sea trial, could easily take a full day.